Alright, this is a challenge video from for Maxwell. He basically said I can't play unless I'm on the 104 server. So here we go. Let's give it a whirl, shall we? I did finally see that you were giving me your snake name. That was my fault. My apologies. I was speaking with another person on that same exact post, and I thought you were trying to help me with his email address. He was trying to give me a coded email, and I believe that's what you were talking about. So that's completely on me. My fault. Alright, well, we are on Max's Super Magical 104 server, which I have played on more thousands of times than I can count. And I have the exact same success rate, if not more, here, because there's more snakes to eat and more that come after me. So we're going to give it a whirl and see if we can prove to our good buddy Max that he might be slightly mistaken about my ability. And hey, Max, I'm trying to make this fun, man. This is, I'm just being goofy, so don't take any offense to it. I'm wrong all the time about my insinuations too, so no big deal. But one way or another, I'm going to end up in first. We do have a really good snake in first right now, who's at 40, what's that, 46,000? Wiggleworm. I have played him more times than I can count. Really good player. I am super envious of how well he's able to move. He must have a great machine. Well, that didn't go so well for that 104 player, Max. Or his little friend. That was a close one. So I am noticing what looks like a bunch of spam bots. Says fake news or fake new or something like that on them. Lots of your typical spam bots too. That's usually not something I see on 104. 105 has them all the time. But they don't really cause me too much issue. If anything, they get in the way of other players. They don't bother me too much. The one thing that does kind of stink about them, though, is a lot of your players will just go after the basically free dots and not engage with me, which makes for a rather boring show most of the time. But it doesn't matter. We're going to end up where we end up anyway. See if we can get around this big guy. Oh, I probably should have cut in there. Well, folks, what is y'all's favorite server to play on? Now, I do agree with Max in that 104, there are a lot of good players usually to be found there. You'll find lots of teams on there as well. All right, Max, this is getting kind of easy, buddy. I'm already in sixth. Are you ready to say you might have made a mistake yet, or do I have to take it all the way to number one? The Wiggleworm's going to make it tough on me. He's up to 52K.
I can see you.
I don't know if you've noticed yet, but Max, this isn't going well for your theory so far. So I'm trying out a new buffer technique here for the keyboard. We'll see if that works. It might It might throw the rest of the sounds off though, so I'm not sure if that's going to work out. We'll see. I, of course, still hear it. Let's see if we can make a move over the other side of this guy. Alright, Max, I'm at 4K. I'm sorry, in 4th place at 25K. Well, I gotta be honest, this is probably the most spam bots I have seen in quite some time. Better get out of there, big guy. It's funny, that's an ironic name, Forbidden Center. And that was exactly where he was about to be. Well, that little spam bot just turned. Let's put some pressure on these little guys. Alright, Glitch has got a shot. Ooh, I don't know how I didn't just die there. Pro. Another pro, folks. Ooh. I hope that is low-paid labor. I got no use for that little guy in the middle. Let's go find something bigger. My buddy Glitch just tried to eat me a second ago. Maybe we'll return the favor. I doubt it, though. Yeah, they're going to get out of there pretty easy. Looks like my buddy Wiggleworm has ceased moving. He is probably coiled up in his defensive circle that I usually find him in. And we will see here very shortly that I do not fall into that complacency. I'm going to stay aggressive and keep eating everybody regardless of how big I am. About the only time you'll see me get in that circle is when I've got 5 or 6 team members trying to bully me over. And then I will use that defensive circle to make counterattacks out of. I don't just stay in it for the sake of staying in it. Alright, can we fit through here? Nope, doesn't look like it. Come on, I promise it won't hurt much. So anyway, this is not to put my new buddy Max on the spot here. And he did tell me his name. I want to point that out again. So that doesn't mean I'm going to come and try to eat you every time I see you, because I sure do not recognize that name in game. I don't remember having any kind of run-ins with you or anything, so... Perhaps you're just salty about my videos because I sound like I'm arrogant. I think someone else said that. I don't try to be. I'm trying to be funny. Maybe I'm the only one that thinks it's funny, but I take the game seriously. I am competitive, but I'd bend over backwards for anybody, whether they're playing or not, competition or not. It's just a bunch of fun for me. Alrighty, Max, this isn't going well. Are you ready to go ahead and say you might have been slightly mistaken? Man, I have never seen it that busy before. Goodness. See if we can circle around this guy and use these bots. Well, that was a good move. He didn't take the head fake. Thought for sure he would. Alright, Max, we're up to third. Are you getting nervous yet? You know this is inevitable, right? You left me a big pile there in the middle, buddy. Thank you. Oh, he just about bit it. I don't think this guy is going to let me get around him. We're going to give it a try. I know that that pink guy that we can circle. I've circled him so many times I can't even count. But that is what he wants. That particular player, NTL Slither. I am probably about, probably my worst is, I'll have to look it up on my spreadsheet, but 75 to 80% success in killing him in a circle. He plays that circle so tightly and so well, and he just does not get panicked when he's in there. Just a really tough player. Doesn't really do anything else, has absolutely no offensive capabilities that I've seen, but they will make you take 10 minutes circling them and put you under pressure. I usually get him, but half the time I don't even waste my time doing it because it just takes forever, which is really good tactic. Boring, but it's a good tactic when you're that good at it. All right, Wiggle Worm is up to 71K. He's making it tough on me. There's no clusters of big snakes anywhere on the map. And I've got a pile of big snakes here, so I'm not going to go looking for Wiggle Worm when I have big bodies in front of me. We're just going to stick with these guys. Eventually, I will get around this NTL Slither guy, which could be a detriment. Another big volley of bots. All right, here's our chance. Oh, blocked. Alright, it's clearing out down here. Alright, Wiggle Worm has croaked, so that has moved us into second place at 44K. Sorry about this, Andre. You just kind of got stuck in there, buddy. One or two more wraps should do it. All right, let's go ahead and finish you off. That is a helpless feeling, getting circled like that. I'm glad I don't experience it very often anymore. There's Wiggle Worm back. Already big again. You can see how smoothly he moves through there. Has no fear of cutting through because he just is not experiencing that lag. All right, Max, we're over 50K. Oh, there's my chance. We're going for it. I can't squeeze through there, though. Not without knowing what's on the other side. Uh-oh, this blue guy has found a bad situation for himself. Outstanding turn, though. Outstanding turn. I'm going to remember that. That he's willing to put his head at risk that way. Alright, looks like his tail's going to clear. This might be it. Okay, Max, I see you now. There is Hal 9000. This video is for you, buddy. So you're getting to watch it both in person and it will be immortalized. There's the old head shake saying hi. Hi back to you, Max. Alright, NTL Slither just let us have them. I mean, we knew it was going to happen eventually, but now we're going to be locked into a battle that takes for darn ever. I try to squeeze as much as I can from this guy just to make it shorter, but he knows how to play it. I really enjoy watching other folks like this who has, and not that this guy's bad, because they're a good player. I've seen them multiple times, but they really don't have a whole lot of offense, but they do this one thing particularly well. It's really neat to watch people who just have done so much practice of one thing that they're just really good at it. I actually had a snake the other day, and I don't remember their name, unfortunately. I did not take video. But they had this one thing when they were circled. And they were like this player too. They wanted to get circled. That's what they looked for. But that player, when their head would be at the opposite end of my circle than mine, they would make a little curly Q circle down at the bottom of my circle. let's say. And I was unaware of it, but evidently, when you do that, it allows the two snake bodies, both them and mine, get out of my way, please. Jeez. Anyway, it allows the two bodies to overlap, which exposes my head on the outside, making me more vulnerable. Now, I still killed them. I had no difficulties killing them whatsoever. But they were really good at it. They knew this trick, and I didn't know it. So I learned something. Really cool stuff. All right. We got a circle bandit here. He's not going to like what I do to him, because I already remember him from earlier. Now, he's aggressive with that head. He don't take care of it. Let's see if he likes this move.
Surprise, mother...
Gotcha! I won't finish the rest of that sentence, but I bet y'all can figure out what I'm talking about. I'm recording. Hang on. As y'all saw, NTL did not try to get out of that. He let me right back in. And now the circle's gotten bigger. So even though I ate that big snake and am now over 60K and in first place, yeehaw, by the way, it's just made my life more difficult with this guy. So I should probably just let him go. But now that I think I have proven my point to Max, and everybody, let's say, Max, are you ready to man up and say you might have been mistaken about your assumption that I could only be a really good boxer as Screech because Mike Tyson ain't here? Let me use that analogy better. I eat Mike Tyson and Slither for breakfast, partner. Anyway, this is all in jest, Max, so hopefully you don't think I'm getting you. But it would be really nice if you manned up and said, okay, I might have been wrong. This is my first try after you made that post. And as you can see, I've eaten plenty of big snakes. I've had no real threats. And here we are in first on your 104 server. In fact, my record, non-AI record, is, I think it's 240 something K. It may be 270 something K. I don't remember anymore. But it was on the 104 server as well. Alright, well, my body is exhausted, so we're either going to have to kill this guy or get killed trying in the very near future. Let's go ahead and put some pressure on him and try to get this done. Yes, I could go and eat a ton of food just above me and make the score bigger, but my point has already been proven, I think. So I'd like to get a kill on this really tough opponent. And I would like for my butt to get unnumb so I can get up out of this chair. We'll be able to take a little more from him this time. Another little guy going to be a pain in my butt. Now I want y'all to watch this NTL guy. Do you see how he eats up every little bit of space that I give him? So even though I can take away increments of space by playing right up against them, they're still going to make it take forever. So this is one of your better defensive circle players. And like I say, I have one of my worst rates of success against this guy. It's still 75 or 80%, killing them when I try this, but that's a much higher risk rate for me than normal gameplay. My kill ratio is you know, well over 75 to 80% on other circles, other people that I'm circling. Ah, I can't help myself. So here I go eating more food. I'm going to give up more space to this guy. Try to cut some of that space off there. Alright, is this guy really going to come around me? Don't do it, man. I got a prize for you. I can't do it there. He's too far out. Ah, here comes a little red guy. I'm toast. Alrighty. That's the way it has to happen. Max, I hope you enjoyed it, man.